During the first 7 months of this year, the City of Stockton had a marked increase in violent crime, most notably gun violence involving documented gang members or their known associates. At the same time, due to the ongoing budget crisis, the City of Stockton's Police Department was enduring large-scale downsizing in both its sworn and civilian staff. Because of the depleted resources in the police department, in order to have a focused response to this escalation of violence, the city manager's office allocated $100,000 a month in overtime money to form the core of a violent crime task force. This task force has focused our response by primarily targeting street gangs and the guns they use to carry out their crimes. Assisting the Stockton Police Department with this effort has been numerous partner agencies including state parole, county probation, ATF, and the FBI. Displayed before you are numerous firearms that are indicative of the types of firearms being used in the violent street crimes that we're trying to address. All of these firearms were seized over the past 6 months, and many are obviously evidence in pending criminal cases. The task force operations have been divided into 4 phases of response. Each phase has been about 1 month long, or is planned to be about 1 month long. And this past weekend marked the end of the first month of our task force operations, which again was just phase 1. Phase 2 of our operations has begun. It's actually taking place as we speak, or at least the beginnings of it. As far as task force statistics, after working a total of 15 days this past month, we've had field interviews 856, arrests 144, traffic stops 590, and guns seized 22. The crime stats are going to run about a month behind. So what we're doing for the month of September, we're not going to see on paper what those statistics are until October. So statistically, we don't really know what the impact is. We're still having violent crime. We still have the robberies, and we're still having homicides, but we don't know what we've prevented, because how do you know that? So, however, having said all that, common sense to me, at least, is that looking at all these guns that we've taken and looking at those numbers, and I think you all have a handout of what the numbers are, we've definitely made an impact, and there's no doubt those numbers would be higher if we weren't doing this. Our objective is to try to make this community as safe as we can with whatever resources we have. So if we recognize patterns or we recognize spikes, then we're going to do all that we can as an agency to try to get the resources in order to address that. Whatever our numbers are, we got to try to affect the community to have the best quality of life we can with what we have.